third and final conversation. Now, prominent Kaduna-based Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmed Gumi is in the eye of another storm. This time, Saudi Arabian authorities have deported Sheikh Gumi and barred him from performing the 2025 Hajj pilgrimage. The cleric confirms the development in a post shared on his official Facebook page. Now, according to Gumi, although he was granted a visa to enter the kingdom for Hajj, Saudi immigration officials denied him entry into Medina upon arrival. Sheikh Gumi, known for his outspoken views on politics and national security, has resumed his regular teaching activities upon his return to Nigeria. All right, Asuko, Saudi Arabia now has barred Sheikh Gumi from performing Hajj and then deporting him. Your thoughts on this story when you heard it?
Well, I wanted to just look at, okay, was he deported? What were the reasons he was deported? And I now went back to history, because I remember in 2010, he had issues with this same Saudi, government. And he was detained for about more than 6 months or thereabout, because he had a link with Farouk Abu Mutalab.
Okay.
Remember that?
Oh, the man, the pants,
underwear
bomber.
Because it was the U.S. government that shared that intelligence with the Saudi government. How? How did they know? They said he was the one, they allege that he was having interaction with Farouk then, before that incident. Okay, that is Sheikh Gumi was having that interaction with, before the incident. So that was how they were able to share that information. So perhaps he might have been on their watch list. Okay. They detained him for 6 months. And then they released him, because I remember it was even the Nigerian government that they actually gave. It was during Goodluck Jonathan's time that they brought this guy and they handed him over to our government then. And that was how the case ended. And since then, he has not gone to, that's like almost 15 years now. He has not gone to Hajj until the NACON now decided to put him on as a part of their delegation. So I think that is where I blame, this commission. I blame them for actually putting him to go for Hajj. Sometimes you profile people, before they go on such things. You can't just bring anybody. I know they want to, make sure that everybody is happy. But this man has antecedents. His antecedents is yes, he's outspoken. In fact, to me, I feel him being a middleman. Anytime they say, oh, they have kidnapped somebody, he will be the one to go and say, I want to talk to them and all things. I don't like him for that. And I don't hide it. It's not that other sheikhs are not there that we don't like and we listen to their messages. But his own, he has been to the extreme. And there's no government, I'm not sure there's any government that will sit down and allow such a person, to be in their country. So I feel with that intelligence, he would have been in their watch list, whereby anytime they see, Omar, go back to your country. We don't need you. Whether you want to come and pray for you, don't pray. Carry yourself and go back to your country. So that is what they did. And it's just so unfortunate that even NACON would, be involved in this kind of thing, because right now it means that even the Saudi government will now begin to profile some of the people that will be going on these trips.
Now, Kaide, let's also look at it. Your thoughts on this story. And another part, so they said, even though this is not the first time Sheikh Gumi will be going on pilgrimage, all right, but why grant him visa? And when he got there, you now disallowed him from performing Hajj and now sent him back home. Why do that?
There's a benefit of the doubt, and that's what I'm going to do. I think NACON has a lot of explanations to make. They have a lot of explanations to make because we know that this Hajj, in most cases, it's government money, And don't also forget the story we carried here on Journalist Angle a few weeks ago about a kidnapper.
Oh, going for Hajj.
Who was also going for Hajj, and if not for DSS. Do you understand? These are people whom I consider NACON needs to has a lot of explanations to make. So probably they should reduce the statement and also explain to us why
there are so many things around it.
On this. A few weeks ago, we found a kidnapper and some other people who have been on the watch list, people that have been looked for.
Yeah, I think for Sokoto and Abuja camps.
Abuja, So these people would have also eloped, in quotes, to Holy Land. This time around, we're also dealing with Gumi. Gumi, like you said, deeply controversial. And for the fact that this person is on this list and they are even taking it up on his behalf, leaves a lot to be desired.
Exactly.
So I want to believe that when NACON makes explanation, explain to us, because I don't want to judge them now, but what is out there is not a good report about their profiling and the people they are putting on the list. They need to make explanation on that. Having said that, the second leg of your question is just to tell you that you may escape the first stage. You understand? We've seen people with visas.
Yes,
okay, they were granted a visa, and when they got there,
once you get there, they will send you back.
I'm telling you, on many issues, even there are some people who have kept their pregnancy, hiding it from, and they got the visa, they didn't reveal that part, and when they got to the
point
of entry, they were told, excuse me, you're not fit to go.
Yes,
so please, security processes would not be compromised for no one. So it's not out of place that they scaled through that first stage. Maybe they were not detailed enough, but trust me, the battle is not over until you get
to the point of entry.
The thing is, having a visa itself is just a privilege. It's not a right.
Okay, that's another one.
Yes.
Now let's look at political ideology. I mean, should people's political ideology be a criteria before you are allowed to perform Hajj? But hold that thought. We have another caller on the line, calling in from Alimosho. Let's talk. Good evening, you're live.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello to you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
David from Alimosho.
Let's talk.
Yeah, thank you very much. David from Alimosho. Yeah, thank you very much. What is happening in PDP today and APC? APC is liberating. The PDP is not the campaign. They are crossing over to where you have better things. If you know the history of the formation of APC, it is well documented. All those who are gathering today, if you look at them, let me tell you, Atiku cross left us in PDP, go to ASD, form AC, he left there, he decamp again, and he died, I continue. Then Rufai was there, the same thing. These are people that sold 34 parastatals with Obasanjo.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, parastata. All right, but let's look at this. I mean, the political ideology. I mean, should people's political ideology, be a criteria before you are allowed to perform?
I'm not sure there's any country that would deny you visa because of your political ideology. Whether you are a Labour, you are what is it called? You are a Democrat, Republican, or whatever. I'm not sure. But countries deny individuals if they have links with terrorism. It's very, very key.
It's part of the things
you feel. When once you say no, they will go and profile. They will check. Do you have links? Have you ever? I'm not sure Gumi will even say he wants to even apply for US visa. I'm not sure he will, because it's there for you to fill. So they will ask you. If he says no, no problem. He will go for the interview, and then whatever he sees, he will take. You understand? But I feel that this might have just his name or maybe his face, just like you said, first stage. Okay. But the second stage would have been something that more thorough. More thorough. They will now check this guy. was he not here before? You know, and things like that. Because definitely you would have felt that maybe he has been in Saudi before, and then they will check. But I'm not sure there's any country that would deny you visa because of your political ideology. No, no, because it's not even in, at least some of the countries that I feel they have, you know, for their visas. They don't ask whether you are APC or PDP or Labour or whatever. But what they usually ask, and which is what they use, is terrorism. Do you have links? Do you they will even check your profile online.
Exactly, they do that. They do that.
I don't know whether I understood your question clearly, but if it is about what he claimed that is because of his political ideology, it has nothing to do with his political ideology.
No.
It is more of his extremism in terms of how, you know, how he supports bandits, how he tries to justify their actions. These are not politics. These are not political ideology. It is more of religious ideology.
And he was even saying, it says something about global view. His global view.
Yeah, with world view.
I'm not sure. Have you ever heard him say anything about global world view?
Terrorism is part of global view.
But anyway, it's a beautiful one. So, you know, it's always a nice time for us to have a conversation, gentlemen. Kadila Dende.
It's always a pleasure. As well. Thank you.
Asuko James,
thank you
so much for coming on the show. And thank you so much to the gentlemen and ladies in the back room, you know, doing justice for us to have a good show. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. Yes, you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegunpa for now, and God bless Nigeria. And up next is Beyond the Headlines.